I would say that
us white people love to have black people entertain us.
I would say that the playing fields are a lot better than the cotton fields. That's what I would say about that. Maybe I'm crazy.
Bill Maher invited this woke guest, John Mellencamp, onto his show to talk about racism. Things quickly got heated between Maher and Mellencamp due to the nature of the debate and the odd points Mellencamp was making. Let's dive into this segment where Bill Maher shuts down this Hollywood overly woke guest during a tense moment on his Club Random podcast.
Absolutely. We're talking about in a city in the music industry, and I'm guessing a fairly young crowd or a music-loving crowd. They just don't strike me as people who in 2023 say those kind of things or even feel that way.
Have you ever heard a rap song?
Yes.
Okay.
What about it?
Me and Chuck D did a song 20 years ago.
20 years ago was 20 years ago.
Yeah, but we were talking about the N-word. We were talking about how it's not supposed to be used and how it's not supposed to be. I mean, that's what I have against, not against, but you know, why I'm not a big fan of rap music is like, you guys are selling out what the people stood up for and fought for, and you're making money off of it, selling them to white kids.
Right.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's honest.
Yeah, it's wrong. And so Chuck D and I did a song, and I wrote the song, and then he rapped in the middle of it, and he just said, "Die, N-word, die," and that's right.
But just give me an example, and then I'll get off this. But I'm just curious of a recent example in the last couple of years, specifically of a incident of racism that you saw, like on tour or something, that is in this.
I have a 29-year-old son. One of his best friends was black. Right? They went somewhere in Los Angeles. The guy got in an argument with this little skinny black kid. Waited for him to walk outside of the bar and ran him over and killed him. How much more of a fucking example do you want?
I mean, yeah.
It's terrible. It's awful. No one should condone that behavior. But where's the racism in this story? It could have just been someone having a really bad day. Maybe the guy was just a jerk. Sure, he might have been racist. I don't know. But what exactly in that story shows it was racially motivated? I'm not seeing it. I don't know. If any of you in the comments know, feel free to tell me. Maybe it was about race, but there doesn't seem to be anything in the story that clearly points to that. It's strange that Mellencamp would call it obvious racism just because the guy involved happened to be black.
I'm not denying that things like that happen in this country.
But I'm just saying, it's not any better. I mean, you may...
Well, that's what we're arguing about. I think
we're not arguing about anything. We're having a discussion.
Well, we're disagreeing.
No.
And that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay to disagree.
You say it in one of your songs.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Right.
I wrote a song that I never recorded because I felt it was wrong, but it was called From the Fucking Cotton Fields to the Plague Fields.
Yeah.
So my point is that, yeah, so what?
I would say that
us white people love to have black people entertain us.
I would say that the playing fields are a lot better than the cotton fields. That's what I would say about that. Maybe I'm crazy, John.
It's just so frustrating. So tiresome. Why are we treating people who get paid millions to play a game like they're victims? Honestly, I'd trade places with them in a heartbeat. They get to play a sport for a living and make millions. Then there's the women's side of the issue. Female athletes who aren't even good at what they do and still get paid. Not millions, but they still receive money for playing poorly in a game barely anyone watches. Especially in women's basketball. Let's be honest, I could grab 4 random guys from the local gym and beat a women's team. It's ridiculous. It's just exhausting, man.
But it seems like making no money as a slave picking cotton was not as good as playing left field for the Yankees. I mean, I'm sure there were reasons why. Dave Winfield has some beefs against Steinbrenner. I'm sure. No
doubt, there is 1 or 2% of black people in America who have a better life.
Oh, stop! That's what you think? 1 or 2%?
Okay, let's say 10%. I'm just pulling a number out of my ass.
It is that's where it belongs.
Hey, I just pulled a number out of my ass.
I know, but I'm telling you, that's just not true. But, you know.
Well, okay, well.
I mean,
listen.
We do have statistics.
Talk to my son. He'll tell you.
Well, he saw one very horrific incident. Maybe that has colored his thinking.
What do you think? That's the only incident that happens?
Of course not. And it isn't. Again, the FBI has data on hate crimes.
The FBI?
Oh, they're in on it?
No, they're not in on it. But it's like the government. You trust the government? I don't trust those fucking people. I'm one of them.
You can all see through this, right? This guy is clearly competing in some kind of woke Olympics. He's in a race with every other ultra-progressive out there, seeing who can be the most woke. He jumps from point to point, claiming the country is more racist now than when slavery was legal. That makes no sense. And then Bill Maher calls him out, using real data to show how absurd his claims are. And what does Mellencamp say in response when Bill Maher presents him with actual facts and statistics? He throws out the classic deflection. Oh, you trust the government? It's a move we've seen before. When someone can't refute the data, they try to discredit the source instead. Mellencamp is so deep into his woke worldview that he now refuses to accept even official information if it doesn't align with his narrative. He dismisses evidence not because it's flawed, but because it challenges his emotional stance. It's ironic, too, because I'd be willing to bet that this same guy probably followed government guidelines without question during the pandemic. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he was first in line to take the COVID vaccine the moment it was available. He likely wore the mask, supported lockdowns, and even advocated for extended restrictions. And yet now, when it's convenient for his argument, he suddenly doesn't trust the government at all. It's a level of selective skepticism that just doesn't add up. The inconsistency is glaring, and it shows that the argument isn't rooted in principle. It's just about signaling virtue and sounding morally superior, even when the facts say otherwise.
I've been often a skeptic of lots of things about the government, but do I think the FBI is making up hate crime statistics? No. Do I think they're exactly as they present them? No, I don't, because...
Okay, if they're not making them up and they're not presenting them honestly, what do you
It's somewhere in the middle. For example, they found out like a year ago that the coroners were kind of in cahoots with the cops on reporting deaths when police kill somebody.
I believe it.
Right. So there's what I'm saying. I'm acknowledging it's not exactly the data that they're always giving us. And it was infused with that would-be systemic racism. I'm saying we have moved on from that, not completely, and the FBI is not the cops. So when the FBI compiles data on hate crimes, I'm like, yeah, this might be roughly where it is. I don't think it's crazy off. I think I think there's mostly FBI people are squares, and there's plenty of people of color in the FBI. Now, they've also had complaints about racism in the FBI.
Plenty of.
Yes, as there is everywhere.
Plenty of cops.
And they're valid.
Plenty of guys, plenty of black people are ahead of police departments across the United States, and we're going to have to disagree on this, Bill.
Yeah, and we can.
Yeah, I just.
You think I'm going to throw you out?
That's the voice of someone who's completely lost an argument. He's basically saying, yeah, I know your facts and logic contradict everything I'm saying, but I'm still going to disagree because I have to stay woke. That's exactly the tone he used. It's like he knows Bill Maher is right and that everything he's saying makes no sense, but he just refuses to back down. So, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.